And so the session is being recorded, and I'm going to share this with people and things like that as well. Not just the people who are in the VCM, but the people who are in the net course as well. And Linda, I am aware, and I'll keep this in mind, that this is the night when you have a commitment, so you'll be going, leaving us around 7 o'clock. And so I'm planning for that, and that influences the way we'll do some things. So anyway, I'm going into this this first slide then, and I'll just start talking a little bit. Now, one of the things that I want to do tonight is spend some time talking about the midterm that you VCM folks are going to be taking on the 18th. And again, because it's not a VCM, things are going to be a little bit different for the net folks, and so there's separate kind of considerations. But I did send out a video today, and maybe you saw the video, maybe you didn't, but there's a video out there that explains how this is going to work. And so I'm going to be talking a little bit about that now, but I will encourage you to watch the video so that you will understand that and and everything else. So that's going to be kind of important. And one of the things that will happen is that this is going to be proctored. And I have a note here for my own discussion that and Linda and I will have to discuss exactly how we administer this, and we'll let you know. But you see, you have to be visible to be proctored, because otherwise you could have some friend or something sitting there really doing the problems for you. And so it is important for the proctoring for these high stakes assessment for the VCM anyway, for you to be visible. So we're going to talk about that tonight, and we're going to spend a little bit of time practicing this, and we're going to practice this while Linda's still here, so we can sort this out as much as possible. Now, it's possible that some of you might not have seen the video, and you might not be able to get this together tonight to be able to be visible tonight. And if that's the case, you do have opportunities to work either during my office hours or during Linda's GSGs or so on and so forth to practice being visible. But we're going to invest some time practice being visible. And right now, I'm going to show you what I mean by being visible. And so I'm, Linda, going to start sharing. And Linda, I think I go away from this PowerPoint slide when I do that. So I'm going to share. Okay, so I'm going to share an application screen with you, and I'm going to go into my email. And so I have to do some kind of a browser thing. And I'm trying to remember how I did this. I guess I'm going to open a new Google Chrome tab, and I'm going to go COD mail. Okay, so I'm working on COD mail now. Okay, so I'm going to COD mail, and I'll have to log in, and I'll have to do this dual. In fact, maybe there's an easier way for me to do this, except I'm not sure if that will show, because that's a video. So I am going to be doing the COD email, and I'm just going to show you an image about what it should look like for you to be there. And again, we're going to practice this a little bit tonight. Okay, so this is going to be BRADLEY. And I really wish we didn't have to do this, but we kind of have to because this is a VCM and the college has rules about this and so on and so forth. Okay, so then I need to log in. That, of course, wasn't what I wanted to do, so I have to go back here and try that again. And I'm going to change the lighting in my room so I can see a little better. Okay, that should help. And of course I have to try that again. Okay, and then it will have to call me. Because we have a dual login. And now I'm here, and I'm going to go to an email where I have the picture. Okay, this is the photo that I took of myself. Linda, this is the first time I ever did a selfie, by the way. I've been in selfies other people have done, but I've never actually taken a selfie till I did this one. Okay, so it's trying to open this now. And Linda, what people should be seeing in just a moment is a photo. Now, it's not up on my screen yet, so it's not there for you either. Okay, and this was not a good selfie. I mean, it's kind of blurred because I think my screen wasn't clean and things like that. But this is what, and Linda, can you see sort of an image of me?
I can.
Okay, that's good. That means the students can too. This is what we need to have to remote proctor you. So we need to see your workspace, and your workspace is going to look like this because the exam is going to be, the exam and the answer sheet are going to be in Blackboard. So that means you will be taking the test in Blackboard. So we need to have that screen, like you can see my screen. We need to be able to see your screen. We need to be able to see your workspace, and we need to be able to see you to know that it's really you that's taking this test. And so what that means is you have to, and in this case, I was just holding up my cell phone, but you can't hold up your cell phone all the time to do this. And so you have to figure out some way for your cell phone to show you your workspace, and and what you really need to do is fix it, like, you know, put it, either lean it up on a bookcase, or in fact you could use duct tape or something like that. But you see, we're going to be watching you on Zoom. Okay, and Linda, do you want to, and Linda's been involved in this before when we've done this with some of the proctors from the testing center, but this time it's going to be you and me, Linda, who are doing this. And so, Linda, anything else you want to tell the students about this configuration? And then I want to pause to see if any of the students have this, because this is the visibility that we want to see of you. And this is what I describe in that video too. In fact, I think this image is part of the video that I created. So Linda, is there anything else that you want to say about this this part of the program.
So for the actual proctoring with your phone, then I would sincerely recommend that you guys download the Zoom app beforehand if you haven't already, because if you try to get this figured out the day of, then it's going to be a nightmare. So make sure that you have the app downloaded, that way you can access the meeting.
And I don't know if, and you know, that means you're attending the midterm basically. Now, I don't know if many people were able to watch the video, but in the video I did talk about this. So this is going to be a Zoom link that's going to be shared for you, and that's where the exam is going to happen. It's not going to be in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. It's going to be at this Zoom link, and I will send you the Zoom link so you have it. And anybody who saw the Zoom link or has Zoom on their phone tonight can practice this. Now, if you don't have it on, or you can't get it on, or you can't accomplish this tonight, that doesn't mean that you're totally screwed, but what that does mean is that you have to figure out how to do this, and I would do a test drive so you can really be present whenever we do the VCM, because this is how we know you're there and things like that. And there's going to be something akin to this that's going to be happening with the proctoring of the net course, but it happens differently. So this is just for the VCM that we need to have this. Okay, now Linda, I heard some noises. I don't know if that's people were asking comments or something like that. Can you see if there's comments?
Yeah, so someone did ask if this was for the VCM only, which you just answered that it is. And another person would like to know where the formulas will be. So any idea when they're getting the grace notes?
They get the grace notes tonight. Okay, so that's
All
one of
right.
the things that will happen. They will get the grace notes tonight. And Linda, I really don't know how flexible you are in bouncing around in Blackboard and being a part of this discussion or not. But if you could go well, all right, let's see. Are there any more questions about this? So this is the view we want to have for you. And if you have Zoom on your phone or can get Zoom downloaded on your phone, we can practice this a little bit because I did set up something with respect to that. Now, Linda, can you, without totally disrupting, what we have here, can you go to and it's this website that we're right here on the Blackboard VCM 02. Can you go into the notes, which is really just for you and me, but you can, I think you can go into the notes tab that's not shared with students. It's not generally available, and actually maybe you can't do that. I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
can
that's
or
not
not.
actually available for me, so I can't access that.
All right, so I guess I'm kind of screwed on that. So what I'm going to do is I will call that up and we'll do that. But were there any other questions or comments about this? And we're actually going to spend a little bit of time before Linda has to go off to her other commitment. We're going to spend a little bit of time trying to practice this, actually getting there. So any other
Someone would like
questions?
to know when the study guide will be put out, so that'll happen as soon as I get the final version of the exam.
And you will have the final version of the exam pretty much immediately. Okay. And so that, in fact, we'll do that tonight too. Okay, so Linda, I am stopping sharing this. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing my email. But what I am going to do is I am going to go to Blackboard, and I think I can go to Blackboard from this browser and not be dropped off Blackboard the other way. So I'm going to be accessing Blackboard here. Linda, if I'm about ready to do something stupid, let me know. If this is going to like knock me off. Can you see the Blackboard screen, Linda?
Yes, I can. Sorry, 7 is whining in the background.
Okay. All right. So, well, I hope 7 is feeling better than she was the other night. Okay. So anyway, I'm doing a. I'm logging in here now. Okay. And so I'm going into Blackboard. I'm going to Blackboard VCM 02. And we're answering a bunch of students' questions this way. And I'm going to the Notes tab here. And there's a handful of things that I'm going to show you. One thing is test notes, and that's what I'm going to share with Linda. That actually is a copy of the test, Linda, that I'm going to send to you, okay? So that is going to happen. But first we're going to talk about the grace notes. And notice here that there's this thing called midterm data files. This will be in your syllabus tab when you take the midterm. So expect that you will have to access Excel files to do some of the work. And in fact, this is true on several of the problems. So Linda, what I'm going to do is I am going to let's see, I'm going to go through the grace notes first, okay? And I'm going to copy these, and I'm going to paste these into the syllabus tab. And so I'm going to the syllabus tab, and I'm actually, I need to go back to the notes tab again because it didn't come up and ask me where I wanted to put that yet. So I'm going to the notes tab again. I'm going to go down and get the grace notes, so I'm copying this. Okay, now it says, where do you want to put it? And I'm going to put this into the grace notes in this course. So I'm going to put it into, I'm calling it grace notes, but I'm putting it in the syllabus tab. And then I'll say submit. So Linda, you should be able to go to the syllabus tab, and so should I, and I will see the grace notes there, and so should all of the students as well. So now we're at the
It's there.
syllabus tab, and I'm going to open it, Linda, and you all can see it here on my screen, Linda, I think. So it is here, and I will have to open it. And we're just going to go through, but this is your grace notes. So you have them all, and this is where it's going to be. So you'll go into the syllabus tab, and you can print these all out in advance if you want to have a copy that you can have. And Linda and I will be very accepting if you have copies of your grace notes out there. That's not cheating if you have copies of the grace notes. Okay, so Linda, this is coming up as a Word document, I think. And Linda, if I start talking about something that's not here, you interrupt me, okay?
Will do.
Okay, so this, I hate COVID. I mean, not just because people are dying, that's a good reason to hate it, but a real lower kind of thing is that things are, okay, so what's coming up eventually should be the thing that I opened, and I'm not seeing that yet, which probably means you're not seeing it yet either.
I opened it from the syllabus tab and I got it. So it is
Okay.
there.
Why don't you throw it on the screen if you can, Linda, and I'll start talking through it a little bit. I don't know what happened with my machine. Oh, and I need to go back to Blackboard so I can see you because I'm in Word or something. Oh, wow. Oh, where am I? Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. So Linda is sharing content then, and I can see it. And so what you see is there is a chapter 3. And again, this is just torn from the end of the chapter. So Linda, scroll down just a little bit with that. But there's a bunch of formulas, and those are all the formulas from chapter 3. And Linda, I'm going to ask you, why would students be interested in that weighted mean formula for a problem that they might see on the midterm?
Just in case they have a grade point average problem, any of those other like class problems where there's different categories, things like that.
Yeah. Okay, and that's a great answer that Linda gave. One of Linda's suggestion was, she said, you really should have a GPA problem on there. So there is a GPA problem on the test. So that's one of the things that is on the test. Well, and Linda, I really tried to do all of your suggestions. And then Jesse made a whole bunch of suggestions on my discrete math, and I have to stay up all night changing that. But anyway, okay, so GPA, but there's the weighted average formula. And then there's a whole bunch of formulas here too. Now, are the students really going to want to plug in all these formulas probably, or are they going to want to use Excel?
Most likely they'll want to use Excel, but just in case they, for some reason, cannot find the formula, even though we've shown them how to search for formulas, then this is an excellent backup to have. So worst case scenario, you can compute these things by hand. Okay,
so this was chapter, I guess this was chapter 3, and there's from the book, but there's a lot of stuff on here. There's a whole bunch of things. So this is the Grace Notes. Now keep going, Linda. Chapter 4.
Okay.
Now here, you know, this was all the linear regression stuff, and by the way, you should be paying attention to this because I'm really telling you things that are on the test. Okay, and in fact, there's several things that are on the test from that first chapter there. Because there's a whole bunch of things about descriptive statistics. So you'll be finding means and modes and medians and maxes and mins and standard deviations and all those kind of things. So you have to know how to do that from chapter 3. And that's actually, I'm going to suggest that that's 3, I think that's probably at least 3 of the problems on the test that will be like that. Okay, now this chapter, Linda, what kind of a problem would students be doing on this chapter?
So this would be something like the cricket problem that you guys have done for an LSA.
Okay, and there's a whole bunch of questions about this, and this is a multi-part problem too. And Linda, again, are they going to be using these formulas, or are they going to want to know how to do it on Excel? Probably.
Most likely they'll be using the slope and intercept formulas that we've talked about in class.
Okay, so if you say, boy, I'm not really sure about that, and that there is a problem that's like this, and Linda agreed we should cover that because we spent some considerable time on that. And so, you know, we're talking about a number of the problems that we've already done, and things like that. Okay, so that is good. Linda, can you scroll down to chapter 5? Okay, there's chapter 5, and again, you see a whole bunch of formulas. You see conditional probabilities. You see counting things like the combinations and permutations, so on and so forth. And again, you have Excel formulas for some of these, not for all of them, but for some of these. And so there are some probability problems, and that's a lot of what chapter 5 was about. Let's go to chapter 6. Now, chapter 6 dealt with discrete probability distributions, and there's some problems that are like this as well. And and in particular, we talk about the binomial random variable and the mean and standard deviation of that, and we did some problems dealing with this as well. And I do know, and Linda will probably tell you this when she looks at this a little bit later, but there is something that comes from this chapter. I think at least one problem comes from this chapter. And so dealing with the binomial distribution. So you want to know about that. Linda, let's go to chapter 7 then, and that's chapter 7 is just right there at the bottom. This is all about the normal distribution, and Linda, there's two great problems that exist with, and we haven't rehearsed this at all, but there's two great problems that exist when you have normal distributions, and I asked both of them on the test. Do you remember what they are?
Going from X space to Z space, and then going from Z space to X space.
Okay, so yeah, so there's two problems that come from here. Okay, so this is a good thing also for you to know. Then we go into chapter 9, and chapter 9 is about, as you can see, confidence intervals. Okay, and so and we studied in the videos and in the class, we studied two kinds of confidence intervals. We did proportion confidence intervals, and we did mean confidence intervals. And so we talked about both of those. One of those uses the t-distribution, the other uses the normal distribution. And so this is one of the things that's on your grace notes are these formulas. And Linda, even though they're using Excel, they're probably actually going to consult this formula, aren't they, I bet?
Yes, most likely. Since there weren't any specific formulas that we were using in Excel, we were just doing the mathematical operations.
Yeah, so anyway, you want to be familiar with these, and again, you can print these out and have them available for you on the test and things like that, so you can be in good shape with respect to that. And Linda, let's go to chapter 10. And this was where we talked a little bit in the videos and in class about the null and alternative hypothesis. And the only way that I taught you how to do this in this class, because Linda and I can't teach you all of statistics, because the statistics course that I normally teach when I teach statistics is a 4-hour course. This is only a 3-hour course, and it's 4 hours for the whole semester. But we do hypothesis testing then. But we did talk a little bit about this, because what you can do is you can figure out whether you reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis based on whether the value of the parameter is in your confidence interval or not. So we did some problems like this as well. Now that is the list of the grace notes, and it's in your syllabus tab now. I would encourage every student to print this off so you have it available when you come into the test, and maybe use it for your studying. But there are other things besides those formulas in your grace notes that you might want, and Linda's scrolling on to those. So this one is the critical values for correlation coefficients. And Linda, what in the heck would someone want to use this table for?
So these are the values that you would compare R against, your correlation coefficient, to know if your regression line is actually good enough to use.
And another way we sometimes say that is, does a linear relationship exist? And that means it's good enough to use. Okay, so that's what this table 2 is about, but there is a table 2 here for you. And I could ask questions about that, and probably do. And then Linda, this next thing is a statistical table, and in fact there's 2 of these. And so Linda, can you maybe talk to why a student might want to use these? In fact, and on this second one, Linda, there's even 2 reasons a student might want to use them.
Yeah, so these are used in quite a few problems. Anytime that you're trying to find the area for any kind of normal distribution, if you're trying to find a score for something, then you'd be comparing it back to the area under the curve. So there's a lot of different uses for this. And then down here on the bottom left-hand corner, these are the values that you want to be using in that confidence interval for proportions.
Okay, so Linda, if I said that we were having a 99% confidence interval, then what number would the students grab from this table?
So that would be the bottom number right here. It looks like 2.575.
Okay, so this is there, and then let's scroll because there's one more table. I think maybe there's more than one. No, there's just this table. What's this table good for, Linda?
So while the values in the previous one were good for confidence intervals for proportions, with the confidence intervals for the mean, then you need to do a t sub alpha over 2, not a z sub alpha over 2. So this is where you're getting those t values from.
Okay, and Linda, just scroll a little bit more. I think there's one more. Maybe there's not. No, I think we looked at everything. Yep. Okay, there's your grace notes. That's what it is, and you already have them because they're in your syllabus tab. Okay, and they'll be in the syllabus tab. I haven't put it in the other class because I just did this tonight. Put them in there for. So I'm going to pause here and find out if there's any questions about, you know, these grace notes and so on and so forth. So I'm sort of pausing. I'll count to 10 Mississippi or something to see if anybody wants to ask about that. Yeah, I plan to. I think I posted that other recording. At least I think I posted the other recording. If I haven't, I'm going to do it from the last class too. Yeah. No, this definitely will be posted before then. Okay, but okay, so everybody has the grace notes already in this class, and if you're in the other class, I'm going to put it over there for you. Okay, so there's your grace notes that has. Now, Linda, there will be 12 questions, and Linda, I was trying to think of how I wanted to do this, and I think what I'm going to do is, well, this is, I'm trying to think of how to do this. Linda, you're sharing your screen right now, yes?
Yes.
And I am not sharing my screen?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm not sharing my screen, so I'm going to go get, and we're going to take advantage of Linda being here. Now, Linda, you can't see my screen, can you?
No, I cannot.
Okay, good. Okay, so I am going to the Notes tab, and I am opening up, and this is actually the test itself, although it's not in, this is not the Blackboard version, okay? And Linda, I am going to send this to you. And so we'll just in real time be able to do this, okay? So it's coming up, okay? And I'm saying enable editing, but that's not what I'm really doing. And I'm just going to save this on my PC, on my desktop. You don't really care about where I'm saving it, but I am doing that. And so on my desktop, and I'm going to call it just test notes, and I'm saving it. And then, Linda, I'm going back to Blackboard. So now I am in Blackboard, and I'm going to go to send email. And I'm not sending email to everybody, but I will be sending email to Linda. And so, Linda, I will be sending you an email that you can open. Okay, and I'm just going to say test notes. And I hope you guys realize that I'm responding to everything you've brought up here in real time. So I am answering your questions when I'm doing this. And now we're going to attaching a file. And so I will choose my file. Okay, it's called test notes. Okay, so the file is attached. And now I've submitted it. So Linda, I'm sending this without a message to you over
Okay.
Blackboard email. Okay, so it says it has been sent to the recipients. So Linda, perhaps you can, and I don't know, Linda, if you can, I guess I could share my screen and you could not share your screen, and then you could read from that and you could describe things and I could type it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus tab here, and I am going to now share my screen. Wait, how do I share my screen? I think you have to stop sharing your screen, Linda, maybe.
I already did.
Okay, now I need to figure, okay, so I'm here, so I can share my screen. Guys, this really is pretty complicated, doing this. Anyway, I'm going here, Linda, so I'm sharing my screen, and I'm going to be throwing up the PowerPoint slides that we were looking at. And I was going here, but I'm going to make a blank slide. So this is going to be a new slide, and I'm just going to type what Linda says. So this is exam content. Exam content. Linda, can you see what I'm typing?
Let's see. Yes, I can.
All right, excellent. Okay, now Linda's going to look at the first question and she's just going to say something about it. And again, you know, we're even telling you the order of the questions, I suppose, but that doesn't matter. So Linda, looking at the first question, what would you tell what would you have me write here? You're dictating to me.
I would say this is a lot of what we covered in the first class. You're going to be given some data and asked to find just basic statistics about it. So mean, median, mode, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so there's a data file though, basic statistics. I guess they're not really parameters. They're just basic statistics. Okay, and that's and I will just put what Linda said, but that doesn't mean that this is everything that's there. It means this is illustrative of those things. So this is mean. Come on, Jim. Mean, median, comma, etc. Okay. All right, so that is problem 1, and there are 12 problems, by the way. Somebody asked that. Hey, and Linda, does that have multiple parts?
It does. There are 3 parts.
Okay, so there's several parts to many of these. Okay, Linda, tell me about the second problem. And in fact, I think, and Linda, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I think it's going to be given the same data.
Yep.
More basic statistics.
Basically, yeah. So more of the 5-number summary kind of stuff.
Okay, so more basic statistics. And in fact, these are called descriptive statistics, aren't they, Linda?
Sure.
Okay, so if I had done this, and Linda, how many parts are to this one?
This one has 5 parts.
Wow, okay, so that's good.
There's also a little bit of talk of z-scores.
Okay. What you're,
and then just kind of properties of mean, standard deviation, median, that kind of stuff.
Okay, now did you go into question 3 with that?
Nope, that's still question 2.
Okay, that's good then. All right, great.
Actually, no, that does kind of cover question 3 as well.
Okay, so question 3, I think you said properties.
Yeah.
Of measures of center, maybe.
Like if we change something in the data, how would these statistics change?
Okay, so that's problem 3, and that's like an essay question, I suppose, Linda, yes?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So that's 3 problems. Linda, what is number 4?
Let's see. We have another data set to reference.
Now, this is a different data set?
Yes, this is your GPA problem.
But Linda, and by the way, Linda, I don't think you suggested putting a GPA problem, and I did put it here. But Linda, if you'll read that GPA problem, you see that there's a little bit of a twist that the students have to think a little bit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
So, okay, so this is really understanding what's going on with the GPA. Okay, so but that's good, and is that problem 4, Linda?
Yes.
Okay, and is that that pretty much describes the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, excellent. Let's go to something else then. The next one, well, Linda, I have to ask you, so what's the next problem about?
5 and 6 are kind of grouped together, and this I would just describe as going from X space to Z space or going from Z space to X space. So that's going to be these 2 problems.
Okay, so these are normal distribution problems, right?
Yes.
Okay, so normal.
And it does specifically say these are normally distributed. So there's no guessing about this.
Okay, normal X to Z and normal Z to X, I guess. Okay, and again, you should know what that means, but yeah, so fully 1/6 of your test is about the normal distribution then. Okay, so that is, I guess, good. So Linda, we're through 6 problems. That means we're half finished with the exam. What's next?
Next, we have a probability problem. And I believe this is a binomial probability.
Okay. All right, so I will just put, I cannot type for anything tonight. In fact, I can't type any times very well. Binomial probability. Okay, so that's, I guess, called problem 7. What's problem 8 about, Linda?
8 is a game problem. So it is very similar to one that we went over in class. So back when we were first kind of discussing probabilities, talking about what's the probability of getting this outcome or this outcome, something like that. So almost like the roulette problem that was given in your PowerPoint. I can tell you that writing out the sample space for this one is going to be crucial.
Okay, so this is a probability problem with a game situation, and so that's, let's see, that's 3, 6, that's 8 problems. Let's go to a 9th problem, Linda.
Okay, so this we have another data set.
Okay, so this is, they have to go get like an Excel data set or something. So given.
And we are computing a probability.
Okay, given a new data set, compute probability. Is this a conditional probability or a probability? Or is it both?
It is a conditional.
Whoa, okay, great. In fact, it's really even a data table, isn't it, Linda?
Most likely, I have not seen the actual data set though, so I can't say.
Yeah, okay, but there'll be data sets there. Okay, given a new data table, and when I say new, I just mean it's something you haven't seen before on this test, compute a, and I think she said conditional probability.
Yes, and the reason why we know that is because they say compute the probability of this given that this is the condition.
Okay, so let's see, 3, 6, 9, we're ready for 10, Linda.
10 is just like the cricket problem. So if you guys feel confident on that, then you should be okay with this.
Okay, so this is linear correlation stuff.
Yep.
Linear correlation. In fact, I'm going to call this linear regression problem. Okay, and then are we at 12 yet, or is this 11?
This is 11.
Okay, what's next?
This looks like a combination permutation kind of deal.
So I'm going to call that a counting problem.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. And now, and I think it's just counting how many different ways to do something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And it is very clear how many things you're picking from and all that. Like, there's no trick question on this.
But I don't think it's a simple problem either. So I mean, it's
you definitely
yeah,
need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, in fact, I think that was a good problem. Okay, and then number 12, what's that?
That is a confidence interval problem.
Okay.
So you're finding the left and right endpoints. And I think that's it.
Okay, so now, you know, you've asked for things. We've given you everything you've asked for. I'm going to save this on my PC, and I'm going to call this VCM 1013 updated. Because I want you guys to have, you know, updated. Okay, so I'm saving it on my screen, and then let's see. So I saved it on my screen or on my PC. So now I need to go back to Blackboard. I'm going to the syllabus tab, and I'm going to upload it to the syllabus tab. So it says VCM 10.3 updated, and Linda, in just a moment that should appear, and you can kind of confirm that it's there. Okay, and I've submitted it, Linda, so it should, in not too long of a time. It says it's been created. Okay, so everybody has, you know, the things that you have asked for. Okay. Now, I'm really being very circumspect with Linda's you know, schedule and things like that. And she's going to have to leave in about 9 minutes, and so I don't think we have a good you know, a good opportunity to go and test this this thing. So I'm trying to think of a way for people to, you know, think about going to the Zoom thing and having their pictures there. I think maybe we'll just have to.
Professor Bradley, would you mind uploading that to the net class as well right now? We have some net students joining us and they'd like to look at it.
Okay, I can do that. And I don't know if I don't think you're looking at my screen, but I am going to go to, I have to go to my institution now. You see, one day there will not be COVID, and Linda will be probably teaching her own classes of whatever she's teaching at the time, and she won't have to do all this nonsense that we're doing right now about jumping around to all these screens and talking aloud. Okay, I'm going to their syllabus tab, and I think the updated one is the only one that I have to upload there, because the other one is a subset or superset or whatever of this one. Okay, so this is VCM 1013 updated, and I'll say open, and then I will copy it there. and I'm going to paste it there. Okay, Linda, it should be in the other file momentarily. It says it's been created now, so it's there now.
Would like the grace notes too.
Okay. Okay, so I am okay, I have to go back to, I guess what I have to do is I have to go back to the VCM thing, and I have to try to copy that from there, because that's the only place the grace notes are sitting. So I'm going to my institution. Come on, my institution. Let's go, and we're going to the VCM course now. I'm going to find the grace notes that I think I put in the syllabus tab for people, and I'm looking for grace notes. Here they are. Okay, and I'm going to, oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I'm going to copy the grace notes, and I'm going to put them in not VCM02, but I'm going to put it in net.
Jennifer, for the counting problem, not accounting, just counting, then that's where you want to look at the permutations, combinations, all that stuff that we did in class, factorials, all that.
Okay, now according to this should be then, now it says it's been copied, so this should be in the, so the whatever this was, the grace notes should be in the syllabus tab for the net class as well. Okay. All right, so we have that. Linda, do you have any brilliant ideas about, well, in fact, I mean, I know you have plenty of brilliant ideas, but we're really not going to have an effective mechanism here for, you know, the students to practice just because you're going to be leaving. And I guess we could do that, but I think it's probably better if we have a separate kind of thing. Do you have a GSG?
So I am going to be hosting the GSG from, I believe, 5 to 7 on Friday.
Oh,
so
wow.
anyone who
Okay.
wants to practice that, then we can definitely get you set up then.
Okay, so if you want to go and practice that, which might be worth practicing because you don't want to mess around when people show up, and we really do want to say, oh yeah, you're really there, and you don't have, you know, your PhD physicist brother there or something like that who's doing the test for you. So yeah, you probably want to practice that, and so that's okay. Let's go back to, and Linda, can you throw up, please, before you leave? Well, wait, if you're sharing it, we lose you.
I'm not sharing it. You're sharing it right now.
I'm sharing my screen, or?
Yes.
All right, I'm stopping sharing then my screen, but now I'm going to go, and well, I guess I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, how do I share my screen? Oh, over here. This is different on this than it is on other places. Okay, so I'm going to share my application screen, and I'm going to be sharing the PowerPoint again, and we'll talk just a little bit more about some of this. Now, the PowerPoint I'm sharing you is the updated one that we were looking at. Okay, so we're just looking at this. All right, so we did quite a bit. I mean, we did content review, we did Grace Notes review, and we talked about all of that, so that is good. You know that this is going to be in a Zoom meeting, and that was where we were going to practice Zooming, but we're not practicing tonight. But Linda will let you know how you can practice that in the in the upcoming GSG. And again, it is important for you to be visible, you know, so we can do this. And tonight, and we didn't get it done tonight, but we'll do this in the GSG. And by the way, it's important that you reaffirm your accommodations. Now, in the VCM, the only kind of accommodations that really will be happening, I guess there's two. One will be people saying, oh, I can't be there that night because of something. The other thing is you might be asking for extra time, but reaffirm this, send me another email, because actually this thing changed around really a bunch. I actually thought we were going to have proctors for a while, and I've learned that that doesn't happen. So it's just me and Linda, so we have to set this up. So if you need accommodations, you should be sending me another email, and you should have accommodations in the title. And again, the intent is to accommodate everybody, and we will accommodate everybody, but I told you to expect some turbulence in this flight and keep your seatbelts buckled, so this is part of that. And you want to stay tuned for the VCM Zoom address, because when we meet the next time for the test, you're going to a Zoom address, and you're going to have things set up with that cell phone, so it's going to be different. Okay. Now, Linda, I know you're about ready to leave. Do you have any parting comments for the students?
Not especially. One thing that I would recommend that you guys do is go through the Grace Notes and make sure you understand what all the variables mean. Those formulas are of no use to you if you don't know what you're supposed to be plugging in. So really get familiar with those, because you do not want to spend the entire exam time just flipping through Grace Notes trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for that moment, and then I'm going to go back and try to find, there we are, and now I'm on the Zoom thing, and this means I can see questions. Now, Linda, I do, you know, appreciate your contributions, and I realize you need to, you know, kind of be going off, but now I'm on the screen, so I'm going to pause and ask if there's student questions, and either you can raise your hand or you can throw up comments and I'll respond to them. And if there's no comments or no more questions, we can start doing some more physics, because I came prepared for that. But Monica has her hand up, so I will recognize her. And Linda, thank you for tonight, and have a good class or something. And someone is underneath.
Just real quick, I do want to tell people that the GSG on Friday is going to be the same link as it normally is. So just so nobody's confused or trying to find that, it is the exact same link as what I sent out at the beginning of the term. Okay, see you guys on Friday.
Okay, I am recognizing Monica. Monica, what is your comment or question?
Yeah, I was asking about the LSAs. So I know we have LSA 8 due. Was there any other LSAs after that that was supposed to be due?
I don't think so. And I am going to be posting LSA grades, but the LSA grades are going to help everyone. I'm going to be very gentle with grading the LSAs. And so that gives you a little bit of a cushion, but you want to focus on doing something good with that. I'll clarify the LSAs. That I actually was planning on assigning a physics LSA as well. So I have to go back and actually probably clean that up, but I'll clarify that for you. Okay?
And then I had sent you an email to see if you can add the PowerPoint from September 22nd. It wasn't in the syllabus.
Okay, I'll check. I think actually I did that after you asked about that.
Okay.
So I think that's done. Okay, and somebody else asked if, you know, I can upload this one. I will. And I do see Amber, and somebody's under Amber, but I see Amber at the start. So in fact, let me see who's underneath Amber so I can. Oh, yes. Okay. So Amber, go ahead.
So when we turn in the LSA PDF upload for the midterm, you just want all of it on like separate pages in Word saved as a PDF for all
Yes.
12 questions?
It doesn't have to even be in Word. It could be handwritten.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
But it's not going to be an LSA PDF. It's going to say midterm PDF. Okay. But yes, and let's see.
And you said we had 30 minutes after it closed to upload the PDF?
That's right, but the answer sheet is going to be the serious thing. That's going to have the time limits on it and things like that. I think it was, well, I'm going to butcher this name. I'm really sorry. Nugent, did you have a question?
Yes, Professor. I know, and I watched a couple of video you explained about the midterm, but I'm in the next class, and probably I'm not around the town. I'm out of the country already, and I don't
Oh,
know
okay, but
what I'm supposed
well,
to do.
no, well, all right, but yes, but you will be fine because I have an accommodation for that. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Please send me the email just like we had to remind me and say, you know, and put accommodations in the title. Just say, I'm in the net class and I'm in, and I don't know what country you're in. I have students that are in Saudi Arabia and all kinds of places. Just say, I'm out of the country and I will make provision for you. Okay?
Thank you. I did send you 3 times already, so I will redo it again
Okay, I
another
mean
email.
that's just
Yeah,
good. That's just good because I'm juggling quite a few things here, but I definitely want to accommodate people. Okay,
yeah. Thank you.
any other comments or questions? Someone asked, is there an upload section for LSA 8? I have to go and check on what LSA 8 is, and when I figure out what LSA 8 is, I will create an upload slot for that. The comment is full house of cards. Um, she's saying that was LSA 8. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Amber. That was useful. Yeah, so I will create one for that, a slot for that. And I probably don't have a slot for that, but I'll create one. And I'll create one both for the net class and the VCM class as well. Monica has another question. Go ahead, Monica.
Oh, so I was looking in the syllabus and I don't see it in there for the PowerPoint.
Okay, are you in the? All right, people have asked a number of questions. One student that, and Monica, I'm not ignoring your question, but I'm trying to keep the things straight that are coming in. So someone said, hey, could you upload the Excel files? If you want to upload the Excel files on the midterm, you can, but save them as PDFs and try to have a single PDF that you upload. Okay. And Monica, Monica, I have to ask, which class are you in?
The VCM.
Okay, you're in the VCM, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not questioning. Well, I'll tell you what, I will check later to see if I, if you're in the VCM, that almost has to be, now you're talking about the PowerPoint slides.
Yeah, for
That, but
922.
but that almost has to be there because Linda and I went through those slides during the thing, And the way they happen is I send them to Linda. So I'm going to check for you right now, and maybe I didn't call it 922, maybe I called it something else, but
Okay.
Linda did go through those. So I'm going back to, okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you, and I'm going to go to Blackboard then, so my application screen, and I'm going to Blackboard. All right, now this is the syllabus tab, and this is the VCM, and you should be able to see, Monica, the syllabus tab VCM.
Mhm.
So I'm going to the syllabus tab VCM. I'm just going to scroll down here and hunt for something. Now you said 922,
Mhm.
and here's what I'm really guessing, Monica. Here it says 1120 notes 920, and this says 920 again. And
Mhm.
this says VCM notes 920 updated. And so I'm guessing that this probably is 922. Now I'm opening it, but I might not have saved the file that way. I might have done this. So I'm opening this one. And Monica, you can see what I'm opening.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to open it, and it's not opening yet. Finally, it is opening, maybe. Yeah, it's opening now. Here it is. I think this was what I showed on 922, though, is I updated and I just didn't change the name of the slides. So those are there, I think. But they're in there that I updated those slides. Okay. What else? This is we're back in this mode. So other let's see. Let me stop sharing again. Okay. So are there other questions or comments? And I need to go back to Blackboard or back to Collaborate Ultra. Oh, Monica's hand's up again, or maybe it's still up. I don't know. Monica.
Oh, yeah, because I'm looking at the 922 video, and that is not the PowerPoint. It doesn't match.
Okay, I'll try to find that then. I tried to, I thought I tried to do that, so I guess that will be something I still have to do in addition to rewriting the discrete math exam tonight. Okay, what other things do people maybe want to talk about? Okay, well, what I'm going to do then is I am going to talk just a little bit, and we don't have very much time, but I'm going to go to the VCM notes tonight, and I'm going to share a screen, and I do know what time it is. We're almost finished, but I can say a couple of other things there. So I'm going to, oh wait, Tatiana has a question. Oh, okay. There's a bunch of questions here. Okay. One, and Tatiana, if you have a question, I want to hear your question. But
Yeah,
one question that okay, is this Tatiana?
yeah. I was
Yeah.
asking,
Go,
like you said, in the testing center for the net group, they like we can use scratch papers. So instead of typing everything, can they scan our scratch papers and we submitted it like as PDF?
no.
Uh,
All right. Now she is asking a net question, which is fine because net people are here, but this only applies to the net people. They will pick up all your scratch paper. There is no scanning of it.
okay.
So the plan is that, and I'm saying something, I need to make a video about this, but the net people first of all, I'm going to ask the net people if at all possible. Some of them can't, I know, but for the net people, I'm going, like for example, we have one student here who's way out of the country, maybe several of you are, but anybody who is a net person, I'm going to give you a window of time to take it. So you would show up in the testing center is the preferred thing, and you'll go there and you'll log into Blackboard. Now someone asks, and you'll just do it there, and then when you leave, you'll give them your papers and it'll all be done right there. And that's actually the way I wish I could do things, but we have to have VCMs and things because the College of DuPage created these things. Someone asked also, well, I'm trying to remember the nature of the question. It's different for the VCM, but they were asking how long do we have to do the exam. This will be a password protected exam. So you see, if you show up and you say, oops, I forgot to fix it so you can watch me, then that's not good, because anyway, we give you a password, and the password is when you get at the exam, and that starts a clock. So you will have an hour and 15 minutes after I give you the password to do that. And if you are and if you've sent me accommodations thing, there will be an opportunity for you to do things so that your accommodation will be honored. And I'm sorry these things are so complicated, but COVID is responsible for all these complications of what we're doing. Okay, we've got like another minute, another question perhaps that maybe I haven't answered. I'm going to be sending out some more information for the net people, but the VCM people, we spent this entire period talking about this, so I think the VCM people should be in pretty good shape with respect to what they need to do. And the net people, I'll be sending out more videos for you guys to watch and more explanations. But the plan is for the net people to be showing up in the testing center if at all possible. That depends on you. You have 12 questions that you need to complete in 115 minutes. Now, I wrote a test that wasn't this long, but Linda said we should add some other questions, and so that's what we did. Okay, so some questions might be longer, some questions might be shorter, and it's possible you might not finish, but do your best. And that's what everybody wants to do. Okay, I do need to say one more thing. I'm sorry, I didn't think of this, so I have to share my screen one more time. Another thing that happens is that Blackboard, not Blackboard, but Zoom, times things out. And so I am showing you my PowerPoint slide again, VCM updated. And so you should be seeing that now. I don't know why you're not. Anyway, they made me change my address, so I'm going to send you a Blackboard announcement for the new email, not email, but you'll get the password when you show up and we can see you. And it'll be a different password for the net folks. So that's when you get the password. Okay. All right, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math, it'll make you strong. I will be sending you the new Zoom address because Zoom said, oh, that is expired. You need a new one. So my 9 o'clock office hours will be a different Zoom address. I'll be sending that, but I will be having those tonight. Okay, we're done for tonight. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.